We already said that. Lesson 30, repeating decimals.
Oh, I hate these. Is
These-
this like with the Repetend?
No.
Oh.
Yes, I guess you could say.
Oh,
These aren't hard, but what do you do with repeating decimals? What do you do with them? All right, so when you divide, you're going to get three possible outcomes. Your answer is going to be an integer. Your quotient is going to be an integer. It's going to be a whole number. You might get a decimal number that terminates or it stops. Like if you divide 3 by 4, you get 7/500. That's a terminating decimal. Or you get one that does not terminate, and it's either going to repeat or not end. So for example, 22 divided by 7. So if you do 22 divided by 7, and we want decimal form, 7 goes into 22 how many times?
3.
3 times. So now I want to add a decimal. 7 goes into 10.
1.
1 time. 7 goes into 30 how many times?
4.
7 goes into 20 how many times?
2.
7 goes into 60 how many times?
8.
Notice something going on here.
Put the 8
Oops,
in.
I know, I put the 8 in the wrong place. Notice something that's going on here. This is a close approximation of pi.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't end, does it?
Oh.
Okay. Notice I've already gone 4 decimal answers out, and I'm still not there.
The 7 doesn't go into a 10.
Okay, right? So this is going to keep going. So you're either going to be doing this problem until you're 95 in a nursing home, or you need to call it quits. The best place to call it quits is after 2 decimal places and round it. So call it quits here. So now the question is the answer 3.14 or 3.15?
4.
Okay, it's 3.14 because just like I told the group before, I'm calling it quits after my second decimal. I'm going to go to 3 decimals, call it quits at 2, and look at that third decimal and decide, do I go round up or do I leave it?
Leave it.
I'm going to leave it because 2 is less than 5. 5 or more I go up, otherwise I'm going to leave it. So my answer is 3.14. That's a nasty repeating decimal because it's just going to keep going, and you don't want to deal with that, right? So you got to call it quits at some point. Best place to call it quits typically is 2 decimal places. But there's some others as well. 1/6. What do you do with that one? Well, let's divide it out in decimal form.
1.
Okay?
Six.
Notice it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
Now right away you can tell
6, 6,
it's
6.
going to be the same thing. So how are you going to write that answer out?
So would it be?
I would do that. That's the Repetend that Christy mentioned. That little bar above the 6 is going to say that 6 goes on forever. Okay? And that's all I need to write out. I don't need to write out a bunch of stuff.
Does it do that on like calculators? Does it put the little line?
No.
Or does it just keep going?
It'll keep
like
going.
rounds it, doesn't it?
Typically they round it. You can program your calculator not to. If you have a scientific calculator. But that's what's going to happen. So, but you can use the Repetend to help you. Arrange these from least to biggest. Which one is the smallest number here?
0.3. 0.3 repeat.
Okay. The
The
small.
normal 0.3. Yeah, it's just 0.3. And then it's 0.33. And then 0.3 with the rest.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay. 0.3 is the smallest because it's just 0.3. 33 is a little bit bigger, and never-ending 3s is just a little bit bigger than that. Okay. It's the difference between 30, 33, and 33, 33, and then 333. Okay? So that's least grades. Any questions on what to do when you get a repeating decimal? Okay? Now, sometimes you'll get a repeating decimal that does other things. For example, you might need to do this. Round this to the nearest thousand. Okay? Am I even showing? Round this number to the nearest thousand. 1.86 with the repetent over to 6.
Would it be?
Okay, is a thousand even showing?
No.
So I need to show it. So I'm going to write this problem like this. Showing the thousand, I'm going to add one more.
A 7.
Okay? The thousandths place is right there. The number after it is 5 or more. 1.867. Okay? Because I rounded it to the nearest thousand. I had to add stuff, and I knew what to add because it's 6 repeats. Find my thousandths place, look at the number right after it, and round it.
So would you put the repeating sign over?
No, because I rounded this one.
Okay.
This one's rounded. I can't. We rounded it, but that way it has an ending point. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, I want to do one more, because sometimes your repeating isn't just one number. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong number. Let's do a different one. 3 over 11. 11 goes into 3, none. So 11 goes into 30,
Twice. 2.
twice. 11 goes into 80.
7.
Okay, 11 goes into 30.
40.
No. Oh, it's gonna be 272.
Okay, see the repeating? It's 27, 27, 27. You can see it right now, right? Your repetent goes over both of them then.
So would it be 2, 7, 8?
27, 27, 27.
Forever.
That's how I wrote. I wrote it with the repetent. If I were to round it, it depends on what you're asking me. If we're rounding it to the nearest tenth, then it's going to be 0.27 because the next number is a 2. The to the nearest thousandth is going to be 0.273 because the fourth number is a 7. It depends on what it's asking you.
Wait, why would it be a 3?
Because if I went to the thousandths place, okay, thousandths place is here, right?
Yeah.
The number after it is bigger than 5.
Yeah.
So if I round it to the thousandths place, it's there. Because the 7 will make the 2 go up 1.
Oh.
Is that right, Kirsty?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Rock and roll.